in the beast system is the time frame whereby the natural is going to exist right next to the supernatural. So you've heard prophecies here, for instance, such as covering the Nephilim, such as covering otherworldly beings, such as aliens. Just look at what has been happening here in the United States in the last 2 months. Not only has the government confessed exactly as I prophesied in 2021 and 2020, I prophesied that God said that the United States government has always been working with extraterrestrial beings, that they have been working with them for multiple decades, at least 60 or 70 years. The American government has known about these things, that they've been working hand in hand with them because they wanted information from them, they wanted technology from them. But God says that the American government has always been lying about the fact that they know that they exist, and they also know that they are in bed with these creatures. But the Lord sent me to prophesy years back that America was going to come to a point where she would begin to confess that she did indeed know about these creatures. And why did God say America would confess? Longtime viewers know that the American government is not revealing about their knowledge of extraterrestrials and aliens. I'm not going to call them UAPs or anything else, because I've always shared here that when America begins to introduce new language to us, that is because she's about to escalate and bring us new things and start to afflict us with a new way of life. Whenever this country is ready to come and douse us with more kerosene and set us on fire, they always start new language, because the new language is supposed to recondition the brains of citizens to accept what's coming next. And so I'm not calling them by any brand new name. For decades and decades and decades, America has called these creatures aliens. She has called them extraterrestrials, and that is what I'm going to call them, because that is what they are. The fancy new language is just prior to introducing us to a life where these things will be brought out in front of us. They will be brought out in front of us. I've prophesied that they're going to come, and America is going to allow them to live with us. The prophecy from before stated that the government was going to confess. And the prophecy from before stated that the reason the government will confess is because these creatures have put them on a timeline, a schedule, and a threat. A timeline to confess and to make the people know that they exist, a schedule by which they will go step by step, revealing. Ever since the government started the conference in October, confessing, we actually do know about them. We have credible evidence. We have video. They're not letting us know when they got the video. No one is asking these people, when did you get this video? Can we see the date? If they show you that blocky little 1962 date at the bottom, 1971, 1987, they have age-old tape. They have so many libraries. They have the bodies of these things, the dead ones. They have the ships of these things. They have the living ones that they work with now to this day in underground things that God has shown me. And I've put all these things in the supernatural prophecies. I think there's about 13. There's a playlist of about 13 or maybe 14 or 15 by now that's called UFOs and aliens, and all of that is in the supernatural playlist called Supernatural Alien. You can find that on my dashboard. Timeline, schedule, and then threat. The threat that is that if you don't do it, we're going to come out ourselves. If you don't show us, if you do not start to put live footage and say this is a special program from NASA, America, here's our first look. They're lying. They had that look in 1950. It's our first look, us the citizenry. The threat is if America doesn't introduce the aliens have told them that they're going to introduce themselves.